Hey, live on Pet Soundbytes IGTV, rocking the world, but we're rocking New York today. Finally, a New Yorker in the house. This guy, where is he? He's over here. Keeping new music alive on the radio and on video, as I always do. And I've been connected to this gentleman, guitarist Harrison Marcello of Tempt. And they have just released this killer track that I actually put on Facebook earlier today for all my people. And they are Living Dangerous, featuring Dorothy. And man, Harrison, man, welcome, Harrison. Great for your time today, man.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here, Pat.
Man, what a track, man. You guys, I mean, once I started digging in, I just, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. I'm like, where did these guys, New Yorkers, three New Yorkers and a Canadian? I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
He's like, we've kind of inaugurated him a New Yorker now. He's been living enough, so.
Okay. Well, he's a Canadian. Hopefully he likes hockey. I'm a hockey guy, so we're
a lot of good music comes out of Canada. So.
That, yes, absolutely. From Rush to Triumph. Well, I'm a little older. Loverboy, Brian Adams, Aldo Nova. We can go on and on. But anyway, what a track, dude. Congratulations. How are you handling this whole COVID thing? You and your family, everybody okay? The guys, Zach and Nick and Chris, okay?
Everyone's been fine. All of us haven't gotten it once, and
good.
I believe our whole families haven't gotten it either. So
good for you. Me neither. Good for you. Excellent. I always start, Harrison, on I always start my chats. I call them chats. I hate the word interview. Conversations or interviews are like, how did you find your love for music? Mom, dad, your first concert? Where did you get this connection to, I want to be another John Bon Jovi and grab a guitar?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think most people, when they get into music, a lot of it comes from their parents. So obviously both my parents are musicians, and they both have a great taste in music as well. So obviously, car rides as a kid and stuff like that, you get kind of tastes of things, and that develops your taste and what you like. My dad was really into 70s like kind of glam stuff, like David Bowie and all that good stuff. And my real passion, though, and what started me to get to pursue guitar and music seriously, was I had already been kind of playing guitar for a bit, but just kind of, campfire song stuff, like strumming a few chords. and I was about 12 or 13 and had been playing for a year kind of casually. And I had happened to be on a drive back from summer camp, and my dad had in the car the Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads tribute album, the live album.
Great album.
Yeah. And when I heard that, I remember being so blown away by that and thinking, oh my God, I got to learn how to do that. I've never heard a guitar sound.
You and everybody else.
Yeah. So that's when I seriously started, okay. How do you actually get good at guitar? And then that's when I went down my path of learning how to really play and sticking with it and practicing every day and all that good stuff.
Did you play in school? You do the whole school band, any of that, choir?
Well, yeah, I sang in chorus, and I also developed a big love for classical music. So I played I played harpsichord in a chamber music group in my high school.
Wow.
And I played classical guitar. I studied that for a while. And then I actually ended up going to school at Boston Conservatory for classical composing. So
wow. Yeah. Whoa, heavy.
I went a little overboard with music.
No, dude. Yeah, look, there's never enough education. And in this business, whether you want to be whatever genre you want to hang out with, it's only going to make you a better musician any way you look at it. So congratulations. Good for you, man. That's pretty cool. So how did you hook up with Zach, Chris, and Nick? Anybody go to school? They live in the neighborhood? How did you guys meet, and how did the band Tempt form?
Yes, what's funny first of all is that I actually knew Nick in high school briefly. I'd met him a few times, and then when I was 16 or 17, and then didn't hook up with him again until he joined the band. and he knew Zach as well around that same time, but I never met Zach. So it was like this weird like misconnection between me and Zach for a while. And then finally he actually found me on YouTube, because he was working with a songwriter who basically was like, you need your, like your Richie Sambora to your Bon Jovi, or your Van Halen to your David Lee Roth type thing, your Page, whatever the analogy. He's like, you need your guitar player writing partner. And so he ended up finding me on YouTube. At that time, I was doing kind of the whole YouTube guitar cover thing in high school. And we just immediately clicked and started writing a bunch of songs right away. But I was still in school and he went to college for a little bit. So, we played a few shows here and there with kind of like a rotating rhythm section, but we weren't really pursuing it that seriously because we were just so busy. It was like, oh, I'll play a show on my summer break, or we'll play a show during winter break or whatever. Finally, once I was out of school, we thought, okay, we got some good stuff going on here. We should really like go for this. And that's when I reached out to Nick again and said, do you want to join a band? and it took a while to find Chris. We actually tried out a few bass players, and Nick eventually said finally to us, oh, I know this guy who's actually pretty good. And when he came into the room, it was like, we knew right away, like first song, we knew, okay, this is the person. And that's when I'd say we really formed as a solid band in the last three years.
Now, you put out an album, I saw, Runaway, back in like 2016. Was that just something that you guys said, let's just throw it out there?
Yeah, that was really Zach and I. That was before Nick and Chris. And that was kind of just the compilations of all the songs we had written. We had written that record, a few years before that even. And we thought, okay, let's make this record and put it out and see what happens. It was a great experience for us. We learned a lot doing that.
Absolutely.
But then once Nick and Chris joined, we all write together, we all help with the records, and it's just been great. Like the record that Living Dangerous is on, I'm so excited for it to finally come out because it's awesome.
It is super awesome. It brings me back to it had just a lot of energy. I mean, it's like it brought me to the 80s rock, but you hear certain different influences. I mean, I felt a little Def Leppard. I felt a little Bon Jovi. I felt a little, but it's radio friendly. It's very melodic. The hooks are good. Your riffs are great. Zach's vocals are like, wow. The minute he opens his mouth, you're like, oh, he catches your attention. And the rhythm section is pounding. I mean, Chris and Nick are going at it. So I'm like, who are these guys? What's the story behind the name of the band? Where did you come up with that? Yeah, I know Kiss was taken, Rush was taken. Yeah, so Boston, Kansas, New York.
Honestly, it was just a cool name that I found. I mean, it's just the band to me. Like a band name is so important. It's like, it seems like every great band also just happens to have a great band name. It seems like, I'm not sure if it's like a chicken or the egg thing. It's like, is it a great band name because that band became great, or vice versa? But Zach and I had come up with that name within the first year of us meeting back in 2012. So cool. I can barely even remember. I still like it though. So
you mentioned songwriting that everybody contributes. You walk in with a guitar riff. Who writes the lyrics? Are you guys all are in it together, like old school in a studio where the magic really happens? I mean, today people are sending WAV files, and obviously with this COVID thing, it's a whole different story. But I'm not a musician. I would want to be with everybody, because I think somebody says, "Hey, try this or try that,"
It's definitely easier when you're together, but it all depends. I mean, sometimes it's let's just get together and try to write something with no one having anything, and we'll come up with something great. Or sometimes, like you said, it could be a guitar riff, or even Nick could program a drum beat on the computer. A lot of times I'll come up with a chorus just singing in the shower. A lot of times I feel like I come up with my best stuff when I'm not actually playing the guitar. I feel like when you're actually playing your instrument, you kind of get a little lazy and just go to kind of muscle memory and stuff you play a million times. But if I go for a walk, or I'm just pacing around my house and I'm just singing to myself, that's sometimes the best stuff. So it's a whole mix of us writing together, someone writing on their own and bringing it to us, and then us tweaking it or whatever. We're totally carefree with that stuff.
And you're absolutely right. I do interviews almost every day independents headliners, and they all say that first take was always the one, because the more you could over massage it, and then you got to cut it sooner or later. So that's cool. We got something in common, you guys. It's funny, you opened for Bon Jovi, which is like, holy crap, in New York at Madison Square Garden. And my wife always says, I want to go see Bon Jovi. So Pat buys VIP tickets, fifth row, $2,600. And the opener was All American Rejects. But the killer part about it was that you can go on stage for 3 songs while they were playing.
Oh, wow.
And we were standing next to Richie Sambora, and my wife is trying to take pictures from like me to my laptop, and the girls are jumping up and down, and she wanted to punch everybody in the face. Stop! And I'm like, no, we're gonna get thrown off. But my buddy, I had friends of mine, I was at that show too, and got pictures of us standing on Madison Square Garden stage. How cool is that to play in the world's most famous arena? I mean, that. Can you top that? Well, I'm sure you can. Wembley and maybe London or something.
You're right. York. You're right to point out that it's MSG, because I think, it'd be one thing. It'd be amazing to just be playing an arena with Bon Jovi, anywhere in the country. But for it to be in New York City, in your hometown, at, like you said, what's known as the world's most famous arena, it's definitely kind of like another level.
No pressure, Harrison. No pressure at all.
No, the whole experience was obviously amazing. It was super fun. I still think the best part for me was the sound check, because it was like coming into the empty MSG with the house lights on. You can see, all the retired jerseys of the Knicks and the Rangers hanging up. There's no one in there. It's super quiet. It's unbelievable. I've never been to an arena, obviously, that's like dead silent. And then plugging in the guitar and hitting the first just open E power chord, and you just hearing this, like you can hear the sound just moving around. It was crazy.
How cool is that?
Yeah, and Bon Jovi and his crew were amazing. I mean, he's just running such a professional operation. It's crazy. And he told us a funny story, actually, because we got to meet him right before we went on, and he told us, because he gave us a 20-minute set. So he asked us, do you know why I gave you guys a 20-minute set? And we said, no, why? And he goes, the first time I opened for someone at MSG, or the first time I played MSG, was opening for ZZ Top. And they gave us a 30-minute set. And we were so nervous, we played the entire set in 20 minutes.
I think, and there's another part of this story, I don't know if he told you, that they were playing one song and the mic went out, and they were starting to get booed.
I think he left that out.
He left that out because it was like a real life-changing experience, looking at Richie going, is this really happening? Yeah. We're at Madison Square Garden, and then the PA blew or something, and people are like yelling for ZZ Top. But I did hear it.
That didn't happen for us. Everything.
Yes. I'd be standing there on the stage going, I sat over there for Elton John. I sat over there for Bruce Springsteen. I sat over there for Billy Joel, the Foo Fighters. I mean, it's like, that's got to be good for you. Congratulations. I love the song. Whose idea was to bring in Dorothy? Boy, she brings in some energy to this song. I don't, what was it like? Did you track it without a female voice? And then maybe a producer or somebody said, let's try this?
Yeah, so we had already completed the entire song in its final state. Not only was all the tracking done on the song, but the production was done, and we'd already actually mixed and mastered the song. And the label came to us with the idea saying, it might be cool, especially on a single of yours, or maybe even a couple singles, to have a featured artist, just to combine forces on something. And we were a little skeptical at first. I mean, the song is like your baby, and the last thing you want is like, oh, someone comes in and ruins it. So we were a little skeptical. We were suggested Dorothy, and she seemed like a good fit. And there was obviously no doubt in our mind she was a great singer and has put out amazing music. But still, we were a little hesitant. She went in with Chris Lord-Alge and recorded her verse and her harmony parts and the other parts she did. when we got it back, it was like all our fears went away. We thought it sounded amazing, and we were really hyped on it. And we think she brought a great energy to it. And
Absolutely.
obviously, she did great in the video too. She's a
She just fits right in with the video, the song. Like I said, the song is a killer. Is there an EP, an album? I read somewhere maybe an album to be released. How far away are you from that? And any name? Can you share anything?
So I can't really share too much about the album. Good news is it's probably coming out in the next few months, like first quarter of next year. So, and we will be releasing a few more singles and some other music before then.
I'm itching for more, dude. What did I watch before? Hot Summer Dreams was like a cool song. Under My Skin. I mean, I'm digging for digging, dude. I want more.
Well, we did just release a really cool cover of Kanye West's Jail.
I saw that.
Yeah, because we got a lot of great covers. But album will be coming out shortly. We've had the album done for a while now. We were originally going to release it summer of 2020. And the COVID thing has just been delaying, and we're trying to get a tour together, and we're still kind of seeing how everyone's testing the waters now with touring, and is it too crazy to tour? Is it okay? What are the rules? How sick are people getting? So we're kind of just waiting a little bit on that front. Going to have a tour together soon, hopefully, if everything stays going well with the pandemic, and the album will be out shortly.
Excellent. I am definitely itching for more. I see October 13th at the where is it? October 13th at the lounge in New York City. The
lounge, yes.
Yeah. That's still I might have to just take a trip down there. Poughkeepsie's not far from the city to see Tempt rocking and rolling. I saw the cover of The Killers too. That was a great one too. That was cool.
Yeah, well, we love The Killers.
Who first time, what was your reaction the first time you heard Living Dangerous on the radio? Did you stop, go, holy crap, man, that's us?
I actually haven't heard it.
You haven't heard it?
I haven't heard it on the radio yet.
All right, well, I'm gonna text Jamie to tell her to tell you to crank on WBXO, and you're gonna hear it on the radio.
Yeah, that would actually be amazing. Let me know when you're gonna play it.
I will definitely let you know. That's an easy thing to do.
And you'll be my first time hearing it on the radio.
Right, now you're gonna pump me up. Now you got me really excited. And you got to get more t-shirts. Rock is not dead at all. I love that t-shirt that you had on your online store. I said, okay, I got to put that a little note here to do that.
Yeah, we will be making new shirts soon.
I'm not a musician, Harrison, but a lot of my folks always say, can you ask more gear questions? So what's your go-to guitar? What do you use? Pick, strings, amp, plug-in? Talk to me.
It's really funny because I am like the least gear interested guitar player I know of. I'll be playing some type of guitar and people will come up to me at a show and they'll be like, what kind of pickups are in there? I'm like, I don't know. What is the guitar right now?
My parents got me for Christmas. I don't know. I went to JC.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it looked cool and it played good. I was like, oh, I can go get, I could go get the little certificate and read it to you if you want. No, but I use Sir guitars, which are great. They're made by John Sir out in California. They've gotten pretty popular lately, but those are the guitars I use. And I use an Axe-Fx and a Matrix preamp when I play live. So Axe-Fx is like an amp modeler. Most gear people, if they're listening, should know what it is. I won't bore you with the details, but that's what I use. I use an Axe-Fx into a tube power amp, preamp, and then just into a Marshall cab.
There you go. Okay, all you gearheads, you heard the guy. It doesn't matter. Just grab something off the shelf and rock and roll. Get it out there.
I think it's all in the fingers.
The other question I always ask guitarists is, how would you describe your tone?
Oh, God, I've actually never been asked that before. That's a good question. I don't know. It depends. I mean, obviously I love like for soloing, like a really mean tone, big tone, massive tone.
I mean, are you worried about the notes when you're playing, or you just go with it? You know, the brain, you're just going with it.
So a lot of times in the rhythm parts and stuff, I'm really trying to find the right notes and harmonies and cool ways to, add distorted guitar with a clean guitar to give it that kind of bigger three-dimensional effect, rather than just tracking, let's say I'm playing like power chords, for example, on a rhythm track. I'm not just going to play the power chords and then double them and leave it at that. I might play them. I might play the bass notes and then add the double stop separately so I can get some vibrato and just doing all sorts of stuff like that to make the sound more interesting. We've actually already started working on the record that will follow the record that isn't out yet. And I've been experimenting a lot with like pitching the guitars down octaves and stuff to just give it a little more, just cool stuff like that. But soloing, totally, once the kind of solo section of the song is established, honestly, really just improv and just playing parts, different parts, figuring out, I like when I did that, that sounded cool, or what kind of thematic stuff can I bring into it. I'm of the school that a solo really should contribute something to the song.
Absolutely.
If you can play fast and show off during a solo, that's great. But sometimes it doesn't. The song
you don't want it to take away from the song.
Exactly. So if you can come up with something that you can sing, like if you come up with a hook on a solo that's just as hooky as a chorus, and you can pepper some fast shredding stuff in between that, that's like the perfect solo.
Absolutely. And you did a great job on Living Dangerous. I mean, and what's really cool about that song? I like the breakdown of it. Besides the oohs and the ahs, I like that part where you guys all just like take a moment and break it down. I'm into all that. Like when the song almost stops and you think it's over with, and then it just pops up again. And your harmonies are really well done. I mean, you guys, like I said, you gel really together. You got the chemistry there. So where can our listeners go and download this thing? Obviously Spotify and everything else, right? All the digitals.
It's on all digital platforms. Right now, there's no plan for the singles to have any physical release, but because I know some people like still love physical stuff, and I'm like that because it's cool. You get to have the liner notes. Exactly. So the full record, though, we're going to be doing a full physical release, not just CDs and stuff, but also vinyl and all that good stuff. So right now, the digital space is anywhere you can find digital music. Amazon, like you said, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. It's all on there. And then for anyone interested in seeing like the videos that you mentioned or any of the covers we've done, all our social media is Tempt Band. So Facebook, it's Tempt Band, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We're just starting out TikTok really this past month.
So boy.
we have some funny content there where we're kind of exploring what exactly you're supposed to do on that app. But so for anyone looking for that, and also dates, like you mentioned, the October 13th show and any future touring stuff that we're figuring out now, that's all going to be on our social media. So if you're into the stuff, make sure you follow us and all that. I
got to look at my calendar really quick. October 13th is a Wednesday. I like that. I might have to just come down to the city and rock with you guys.
You should.
It'd be all cool. Mercury Lounge, October 13th, New York City. Website, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all Tempt Band. Hit the subscribe. Check out their videos. My goodness. Go back to Hot Summer Dreams, Under My Skin, all the tracks. My man, Harrison, man. And buy the album. We'll get Zach and get your back. Jamie will hook us up when the album comes out. Because I tell everybody, buy the album so you guys can autograph it. You can't autograph Spotify. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. You can't own Spotify.
There you go. We're going to catch you on tour. My man, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And much success. And I will let you know when we're cranking Living Dangerous so you can tell me, so you can crank it up down in the city.
Yes, sir. Tell me that.
There you go. It'll work out cool. Time to rock a little Temp on Pat Soundbytes, IGTV. We're going to live dangerously right now, featuring Dorothy, with this guy playing guitar right here, right now. Go and buy it today.